Okay.
What up, man? It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah, same here, man. I mean, shit. Hey, finally, man. Welcome to the Corner Store Podcast. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
And no problem, man. I mean, you've been tracking me down for the past like couple of weeks, man. Like, man, you need to put me on the show, man. We need to talk about George Floyd. I'm like, okay, all right. We got to make some time for you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm looking good, baby. Huh? I'm looking good.
Yeah, you good.
All right. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you having me, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? You the homie, so I want to see how everything was.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was going with you, and check you out your podcast. I see you and your homeboys, man. Y'all was on here, man. Y'all was getting me excited, man. I think y'all was talking basketball or something, I think.
Yeah.
I have it going, man. The Last Dance, was it The Last Dance? Y'all was talking about something. Yeah. So,
yeah, man. I mean, once sports come back on, man, we have more content centered around sports. But for right now, since we quarantine and now with the protests and stuff going on, I mean, that's what we've been talking about lately. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. That's the hot topic, man. That's what's going on in the world today. That's the current event, you know?
Right. Now, what's the temperature like as far as like protests like in Miami right now?
Miami, I was kind of chilling today, but overall yesterday and the day before and a couple of days back when they really kicked off, Miami was they was out there, man, protesting. They was out there pushing the line. They was I hate you got to mention the looters and stuff along with the protesting, but you know that's what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Along with the protests, you got people who they calling themselves protesters, but they looting and they vandalizing and they just doing criminal acts. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what they is. They criminals, opportunists, but they I don't want to marginalize them because they are people that they angered. You know what I mean? When a child act out, or you know what I'm saying? There's anger or something behind that. You know what I'm saying? Something that caused that, something that it was a seed that was planted, you know?
All right.
And so, they reaping that with those seeds that they that's been planted and that they've been feeding and watering over the years and the decades and the centuries here in America, you know. But
yeah, man, for me, I mean, I do understand what's going on, but at the same time, I mean, all that lawlessness, I mean, that has nothing to do with George Floyd. You just going out there just to get some free shit. I can't co-sign off that. So, but yeah, man, I mean, as far as George Floyd, I mean, rest in peace to him. Shout out to his family. I would send my condolences to his family, and also he has like a young daughter as well. I mean, recently now we saw that they had came out with an autopsy report, which kind of states that he didn't die from a homicide. They basically saying that he's died from drugs and natural causes. So that let me know that the fix is in. So man, I don't have high hopes for this case, man.
Man, understand this, man. What's the nerve of America? The nerve of this medical examiner. The nerve.
Right.
Even after the high profile case and after all the publicity that this case is getting, he still have the nerve to come out and try to do try to pull the whitewash. You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for civil rights attorney, what's his name, Benjamin Crump. I'm so grateful for people like him, and he have a team full of folks and people that mentored him and allowed him to be able to be in his position. But everybody, I'm so grateful for the roles that they played to let the family be able to come in and bring the chief medical examiner of New York City, Michael Baden. They brought him in. He used to have a show on HBO back in the gap called Autopsy.
Oh, all right, that's him.
He does a lot of the high profile cases and a lot of the celebrity cases and stuff like that. Well-renowned guy, and they was able to bring him in. I think he brought somebody in, also a female coroner or whatever, and they got it right. And they, you know what I mean? They said, yeah, it's basically cut off his blood circulation and the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I mean, we all saw what happened. I mean,
come on, man. Yeah,
the video don't lie. Now,
come on.
Now you mentioned Benjamin Crump. I mean, it's funny how you mention him, right? Because when I see this man in all his cases, high profile cases that he been in, he never really won a settlement or won a case. He always settled his cases.
Okay.
And I actually told my wife just a couple weeks ago, like, hey, if something was to happen to me out in the streets and y'all need to hire a lawyer, do not hire that motherfucker Benjamin Crump. Do not hire his ass. Find somebody more competent to handle my fucking case. Don't hire this motherfucker. So yeah. So that's my take about him.
For him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, to be honest, you know, I'm just, you know, facts. I don't really know. I didn't really follow up with, you know, what he won, but, you know, my dealings with the court system and stuff like that, I can understand it could be tough for him, especially if he's not plugged. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. Where is he from? Is he from St. Louis or something like that? I saw him with the Michael Brown first, I think.
We first saw him for the Trayvon Martin
Trayvon,
case.
I'm sorry. Right. So is he from down here?
I think he's from Florida. I think. But,
okay, well, you know what I'm saying. A lot of times when you're not plugged, you're not from a major city or something. You know what I mean? You know, you're gonna get that type of results and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you know, I mean, Johnny gone, so anybody else that's willing to step up, you know what I mean? But for now, hopefully this will be his first big win. This will be, you know what I'm saying, his first.
We'll see. I mean, Johnny got OJ off, and he did the impossible.
Yeah.
You know so he did the impossible 25 years ago.
But he a black man dealing and playing in a game that the rules are set up against him. You know, so he trying to do what he can do. But you know what surprised me, G, was all the So in Minneapolis, I went to Minneapolis probably like 2 years ago, and I went and I said, man, it's nice, man. It's like Chicago, but cleaner, right?
Yeah, I was there a couple years ago too. Yeah.
Okay, so the people and the airports and the vibe that you get is it's just cohesive. It's integration. It's a lot more integrated than Chicago. I could just feel it. You could see it amongst the people. You know what I mean?
They have the highest interracial couples in the country.
Do they?
I mean, yeah, Minneapolis.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, shit. Cause I ain't know. Cause I peeped that with my. You know what I'm saying? I'm up there with a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? You know Anwar.
Oh yeah, so,
yeah. So we up there. So you know, I'm looking and I see that the mayor is black. The DA is district attorney? Oh no, the attorney general. The attorney general black?
Yeah, Keith Ellison. He used to be a senator, and then he ended up. I'm not sure if he lost his election or not, but right now he's the AG of Minnesota. So.
And the mayor also, brother, right, young brother. So they got some folks. We are represented. So I'm hoping that, you know, they are not just yes men and people who just, you know, kiss the ring. I hope they people who gonna stand on something, stand for justice, for the right thing, regardless if it's the popular thing in the room. Because they probably sitting in a room where they probably the only black or one of few blacks. So they might have, you know how that could be, because we live that life, you know. So hopefully they the ones that's gonna stand up and say the not so popular thing, but the right thing. You feel me?
Right. Now, my fear is that if the case does go wrong and these cops just get a slap on the wrist, I mean, they're literally going to kind of like put everything on Keith Ellison since he's like heading this prosecution. So
and that's working in their advantage, right? Because it's a black guy, you know what I'm saying? Even he found them not guilty, or you know what I'm saying? Even they could, you know, that's they, but that's what they like when they had a token. But see, when you get more. We got more influence when you get 4, 5, 6 different folks in there, and he need to be judged by their peers. So their peers need to be looking like his victim. That's who his peers is. You dig? They worked at the same bar, they worked at the same club, or whatever they was at, right? That's who need to be his peers. People that look like George Floyd. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's his victim. That's who you need to be judged by. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He was on bullshit, tosses that. But you know, white folks looking at all this money they losing, and they like, fuck that motherfucker, fuck him and them folks. They toss his ass. Yeah, they not worth billions of dollars to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, these protests went worldwide. I mean, even Paris.
London.
London. Yeah, I mean, it definitely touched the nerve worldwide. So I mean, hopefully this is different as far as like we get real justice. But honestly, I am very pessimistic about it. So, but I
Yeah,
hope
but
I'm wrong. I hope I'm
I
wrong.
yeah. I feel you, but I want to touch on this, what you said earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? What we was talking about. So the protesting, the peaceful, silent protesting. I mean, I don't want to say that it's never done anything.
Mm-hmm. I
That would
mean,
just be ignorant. That would just be ignorant and everything of me. But to be honest, I am ignorant to the results that we've gotten from peaceful protesting and the sit-ins and stuff like that. I mean, you know, you see all the civil rights movements and stuff. They was trying to be peaceful. They was, you know, hitting them with fire hoses, sticking dogs on them, whooping them at the sit-ins and all that. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But I do know that violence gives results. You know, when you a kid, that starts as a child. You touch the wrong thing, you do the wrong thing, you get a spanking. That's violence, right?
Yeah, man, that was always Malcolm X's outlook on things, how they was treated back in the '60s. And I mean, obviously, him and Martin Luther King, they had like the same common goal, but they just had different avenues of getting to that goal.
Approaching it, right?
Yeah,
right. But I don't think that it's I'm not sure that it's the peaceful protesting that's getting all this done. Me personally, I believe that it's the looters and the rioters that's accomplishing this.
They kind of like accelerating this process as far as them increasing those charges, because now he's charged with second-degree murder.
And they wouldn't do it if it was peaceful, G. You already know. They not gonna do that. They not gonna do that. It's these folks that's on the line, pushing the line. You dig what I'm saying? War is not cute. War ain't pretty. You know? You a fellow, you a Marine, you're a fellow military guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I totally get it, but like I said earlier, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this case gets tried and he has his justice and sent to prison for the full extent of the law. But I'm just gonna sit back and wait. But once the autopsy came out, it basically told the whole world that George Floyd didn't die via homicide.
So now they gonna argue that, but the defense, we gonna argue that we got these people right here. We gonna put our people on the stand. Our people is well more established, well more experienced in these high profile cases and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the guy used to be on TV, so hopefully some of these people watched his show or know or familiar with him. You know what I mean? And his works and stuff like that. And, to be honest with you, man, it's always going to be that reservation in our minds as being Black Americans. Because I don't know how it is being Black in another country, but Black Americans, it's always going to be a reservation in our mind. But I'm on the other side, man. I'm a Stephen A. man. I'm on the other side. I'm a little bit more optimistic about this one. I feel good about this one.
Stephen A. usually don't take that approach, man.
I know, but I'm just being your.
He always preaching and talking down to Black folks, man. Come on.
I know, but I'm being your adversary, as you know what I'm saying. Okay, Max Kellerman. I'm being your Max Kellerman. You know what I'm saying.
Okay,
yeah. Your opposition. I'm just play the devil's advocate. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I just feel more. I feel good about it, man. I feel good about this one, man. I like the temperature that I'm seeing on the news from the reporters, the news stations, the coverage of it. My bad. I feel good about it. I just feel good. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about it, man. I think I feel change. I feel like change gonna come.
Okay.
I feel like change gonna come, man, because a glaring force, a glaring, I guess I say, like something that I'm seeing in the news is that's really jumping out to me, and it's really I appreciate it, is the amount of other races. You know what I'm saying? The amount of other races out there that are marching, that are protesting, that are down, that are.
They're also looting too.
Yeah, they looting.
They also rioting and looting as well. So
yes, sir, they looting.
Don't forget about that.
They come into the hood looting and rioting and burning stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They doing all of the above, but it's a lot of them, and they pushing the cause. They could sit back and say, "I'm white in white America."
Right.
I don't, they could send out a tweet, it's terrible what they did to him, like a lot of celebrities did. Oh, that's terrible. And they sit back and don't do nothing else. They could
Right.
do that. They could do that. And nobody would say nothing to them. They could go on about their merry day. And they'd be white in America. They did their part for the poor black people, da 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 da. They tell their kids everybody has the same blood, they could do that.
Right.
But they out there marching. They out there trying to push the line, whether good or bad. They trying to push the line. You know what I mean? So
okay.
Yeah. It feels good because if we was out there by ourselves or we didn't have them voices, I'd be arguing that. I'd be saying how messed up that is. I'd be calling them out. So the fact that they out there, I want to, you know what I'm saying? It's everybody. It's the unity.
Right.
It's
right.
The unity.
That's definitely what we need. Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, like, unity. Right. Moving forward, man, I mean, you can't get rid of racism in America. I mean, it's as American as apple pie. I mean, it's going to be there. Even police brutality is going to be there. I mean, who knows? It may be like another case in like another 2 or 3 months. Who knows? But at the same time, like, we as Black people still need to clean house as well. We need to get our shit together.
Yeah.
Everything starts from within you. It starts in your household. It starts in your immediate community, and what you can do to contribute to society. So, I mean, we definitely got a clean house, man. I mean, no more excuses. I mean, it's so much shit today. I mean, we're in the internet age. Every cell phone is it's like a computer. So there's nothing that we can't do today versus what they was going through back in the 60s, in which they didn't have none of this technology. So today, there's no excuses. We need to get our shit together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's always something that's always the police brutality and the Black Lives Matter has been a segue into this since they came out.
Now, I have my reservations for Black Lives Matter, but you go ahead. I'll kind of explain that in a little bit.
Okay. I agree with you. But I do want people to understand that it is two different things. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it before. I was all just about, Black people need to get their stuff together, because I get so frustrated because I know how, I know the real body of Black folks. I know that every Black person ain't a criminal, and I know the great things that we do and how loving and how cool and how successful and great we could be individually and collectively. And I know that, you know what I mean? So to be always put out in the media, and we allow ourselves to be put out there.
Right.
If your ass out there committing crimes and they post your face up there, motherfucker, you putting yourself out there. And they always, they burnt down my grandmother's house. It's the headquarters to my entire family. It's like the nucleus to my family, man. Lots of memories, man.
They burnt it down? What are you talking about?
Shot it up and burnt it down over there on the south side.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And them was Black folks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shot it up with my auntie up in there, shot it up. Right? Then cocktail, then later on, week later, whatever, cocktail it.
Oh, okay.
Burn the basement up. Then, a few weeks after that or whatever, cocktail the top. You feel me? Burnt it down.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? These is Black people. She live in a, you know what I'm saying, 110% Black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black.
I definitely feel you. Yeah.
And them was Black folks doing it to each other. And I saw the video with the girl earlier where she talking about the guys pulling pistols on her. The Black on Black crime. But I was looking at the coronavirus and everything and the COVID, and I'm just like, we got to do better, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do better. But until we do better, I mean, we demand a respect from some people, but we ain't respecting ourselves. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Walking around with your pants hanging down and your ass hanging out and stuff, dirty, your hair not neat. I don't care if you got dreadlocks, at least make it neat. You got all that new growth and your lines ain't cleaned up and you stinking. Your hair smelling like scalp and your fingernails dirty. Your nails ain't clean. Your pants hanging down, dingy. Shoes, you know what I mean? You ain't got no self-respect. You ain't got no self-respect. You feel me?
That's what we call dusty.
Dusty, folks. You ain't got no self-respect. You feel me?
Right.
And but we want to put ourselves down, put each other down, commit crimes again, and then we turn around and want somebody to treat us like we kings and queens. We don't even treat each other like we friends, like we neighbors, but we want somebody to treat us like we kings and queens and keep hollering out that goofy shit, king this and queen that. But we steady acting ignorant, embrace the ignorance, we condone the ignorance, teach the children the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Teach little girls pop their booties and all this stuff. Teach little boys pull your pants down, sag, throw up gang signs, all this here. But you know, when they get smoked, then they are murdered. They were so great. We trying to post graduation pictures and all this shit here. The nigga was a terrorist up in the neighborhood, terrorizing every black person out, terrorizing them. You understand?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the unfortunate part about the no snitch culture that we have in our community, and you know, we get at the dusties kind of like fuck up our image to the masses. So you know like when like non-black people look at us, for one, they think that we're older than we actually are. They think that we're stronger than we actually are. I mean, and that makes them have like they kind of have itchy trigger fingers because they always going to fear for their life when they kind of have these interactions with black people.
Yeah. And if you don't care for yourself, you're gonna project that energy. And you don't gotta believe in karma, you ain't gotta believe in energy, but trust me, the universe don't need you to believe in it for it to be real. You understand? You might never seen a cobra in your life, but a cobra is a real snake. It's really out there. You ain't got to see it to know that for it to be real. Understand? And you bringing them folks is bringing the energy, that negative energy. They bringing that stuff right back to each other, and they send up it. And let me tell you something, man. Just like this Jeffrey Epstein and all these other criminals, right?
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, he out there raping women and raping girls and shit. How can he do that? He does that through secrecy. He can't continue doing that. Criminals can't carry on they acts and shit. If people tell them, once they get exposed, the jig is up. They only can operate or should only be able to operate in the darkness. Once the light is shed on it, and you shed enough light on it, the jig is up. They can't operate no more.
Yeah, man. Once you get to the level, man, I mean, I'm sure all types of crazy shit happens in which we are not privy to. So, I mean, these are elite, you know, billionaires, you know, doing this shit in the underground.
So look, once they get once you shed the light on them, then it's over with. They can't do that. Like all criminals. Once you know, so in the neighborhoods, in the black neighborhoods, they can only extort you. They can only put fear in you. They can only threaten you, shoot you, whoop you, rape you. They can only continue doing this stuff, rob you, stealing from your, whooping on your sons and your daughters. They can only do this shit if you continue to hold the secrecy for them. They can only operate in the darkness. Put light on their ass. That means tell. Whoever came out with this goofy ass shit about stop snitching, that was horrendous for the black community. Yeah, exactly. Because guess what? Snitching keep people up out of the white neighborhoods. I ain't going over there. No white folks be telling the police. I ain't going over there. No white folks got security this, and they gonna tell it, and you damn right, and gonna point it out in front of the police. They not worried about you coming to get them.
Snitching keeps you honest, man. If somebody's willing to spill the beans, man, I mean, that could help you thinking twice.
Look, the black community, if they want to free themselves from bondage and from their captors is right in the neighborhood. Start telling. That's part of it. It's a long way to go, but start snitching. That's the number one thing. Look, if you over here shooting and killing where my child and my kids play at,
right? I'm
telling, straight up. Because guess what? How many people you gonna end up victimizing down the line? How many people did you end up victimizing and all these folks then became victims because ain't nobody telling?
Right. All right.
That was one of the worst things that was probably next to slavery, the snow snitching shit. Because that have fucked people up and have allowed criminals, drug lords to operate in our community at will. Yeah. I think I saw something. They said Chicago got an 80% murder rate that they go unsolved. 80% of the cases go unsolved or something crazy.
That seems very high. Yeah, I gotta look at that.
Yeah, think about it. You see motherfuckers get shot all the time on the news in Chicago. How many times they sharing? Oh, we apprehended so and so. I never win. You see, you will sit down for evening news and you will see about 40 motherfuckers get popped. 40 people get smoked. How many of them the following day or the following week do they come up and say, oh, we apprehended so-and-so from this shooting and from this or that? Only the high profile cases.
Yeah, just our holiday last week. I mean, I believe it was like 40 people that got shot that weekend.
Yeah, and that's a low weekend.
Yeah.
That's at the minimum a standard. At the minimum, a standard weekend. That's kind of low for a whole weekend.
Friday through Monday. Yeah.
That's because motherfuckers are social distancing.
Right. People still trying to do it, but it's still dumb motherfuckers out there that just out and about. I mean, if you're not an essential worker, if you're not going to the store to like grab food, if you're not going to the doctor's office, people need to just stay ass at home.
Stay at the crib, man, because they not understanding, man. Yeah, I know you know, you ready to get out and you itching to get out, man. But it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. That's called a sacrifice. But see, that's what people don't understand, man. It was okay for Dr. Martin Luther King and all the black folks, you know, all the black people, Rosa Parks, all of the black people to make sacrifices so that we could be in the positions where we at today. So where we can be able to work at the jobs and go to colleges and, you know what I mean, have all this stuff. This was huge. This was sacrifices. Who knows what they wanted to be? They probably wanted to be some doctors or some police or firemen, but they knew that they did, you know, they knew what they was up against. So they sacrificed their dreams so that we could have a future for us. Mm-hmm. Now it's time that we got to sacrifice some shit. So this what I was, you know, I was telling my kids, man, you know, obviously I know my kids want to do, they want to be their own thing, but I'm really pushing for them to be attorneys, become lawyers and get into law. And become politicians, learn the law, and become politicians, and get in there. And get into Congress. So when they show the Senate and the House, that it can look different than a bunch of old white gray-haired men.
Right.
So that we could be represented. So that we could create bills, pass bills. You know what I'm saying? We could veto some bullshit that's going to adversely affect us. We got to represent ourselves. If everybody want to be a rapper, everybody want to go do off what they want to do. Well, shit. Listen, nothing come without sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, we need like black empowerment and like group economics, because if we can't prop up and like fund our like own people's campaigns, then it's so easy for them to be sellouts. So
listen, man, we got to make sacrifices. We got to make sacrifices. We need to get into law and politics. That's going to be the long term. This short term, burning shit down and everything. Yeah, this shit going to fade, you know, 18 months from now, you know, this shit going to fade away. But homie, we need to get into law and we need to be represented. When the president is up there speaking, he should be addressing 300-400 black folks and brown folks and Latinos and you know what I mean? Right. And Indians and Asians. It should be more representative of America, you know, not all these white folks, man. You know?
Yeah, you got to point that, man.
Because whether you Republican or Democrat, you still black. And it's still only, you know, it's still only so much that people understand about you and is willing to do for you. We got to start doing for ourselves, for we. You dig?
Yeah. How you feel about this upcoming election, man? Do you feel like Trump is going to do it again? Yeah.
Well, you know, in the beginning, I did. Because the Democrats is putting up bullshit. The Democrats putting up bullshit. They ain't learned. The Democrats have not learned, man. Listen, man. It's a couple things, bro. The Democrats, listen, they went and tried to put up Hillary, right? She had already got busted out. I didn't really care for her because she was, she had what she had did over there in Benghazi. I'm military. Right. I didn't like that, and I didn't like the crooked shit, how she went and deleted all the emails and everything. I don't need to know nothing else about her. I don't care where she stand on nothing else. I know that she crooked. Now, you can say they all crooked, which I think to an extent, yeah. However, she got busted out. I still voted for her, but I worked with people and I would hear people. They would stand on that. They not voting for her. So she lost a lot of votes because of that. They shouldn't have forced her down our throat. Yeah. They should not. Yeah, they shouldn't have forced her down our throat. That's the
Yeah,
Democrats' fault.
she had too much flaws in her background, man. I mean, for one, I mean, the unsecured server at her house. I mean, even though
Yeah.
like the media made it a big deal, but you know, the FBI then choose
She
to
she
recommend a prosecution for her.
she gets
Um,
subpoenaed and she deletes
right,
13,000
right.
emails or
Her
something.
team did that, right, exactly. And
Listen,
then
man.
I mean, she had nothing but platitudes. She didn't have like a real plan. She wanted to run on feminism and like, you know, identity politics.
Listen, man.
You know, her campaign was constantly trying to well, actually, Dead Watchman Schultz was trying to help her and sabotage Bernie Sanders' campaign. So
Listen, man.
so like you had the Birdie side of the aisle. They was pretty much you know, like in lockstep as far as like not really voting for her. They would rather vote
Right,
third party or vote for Trump. So it was just so
right,
many factors that you know that actually went on the wrong side of her. So, but you know,
right. And she was
yeah.
coming off the heels of having gotten into it with Obama. People still hadn't forgiven her about some of the stuff when she ran against
Yeah,
Obama. She had pulled on.
she had like a lot of racial dog whistles during
Yeah,
that campaign
yeah,
back
yeah.
in
And
'08.
then
Yeah,
Bill, and then her husband. You know, she had to pay for that. The stuff that he had done. You get some of these the feminists and stuff like that. They still ain't forgiving them. And then you got the
and
Bill came out with the 3 strikes.
and she,
Bill did the 3 strikes,
right,
and something
right,
that was detrimental to the blacks. You
right,
feel me?
right.
Detrimental to the blacks. Ravished.
Don't forget Joe Biden. He was the author of that crime bill, but Clinton, he was just the face of it.
Yeah, but they was all with it, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And like that's why I went back to what I was saying, whether you Democrat or Republican, because that's a whole nother story too. But I felt like the Democrats had shoved it down our throat. I felt like if they would have put up Bernie would have won. But
Oh yeah.
that's
Out
if
of
it
out
was
of polls stated that Bernie would have beat Trump, but you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I mean, Trump won because of the Rust Belt, because he was
yeah,
campaigning there, and he told those people, "I will
yeah,
get you your jobs." They're moving them overseas because of what Hillary stands for with NAFTA and TPP. I mean,
yeah,
he gave them
yeah,
something to vote for, and you
yeah,
know, and those folks wasn't feeling Hillary, and
yeah,
you know, she wasn't campaigning like that because she thought she had it in the bag.
yeah. Cocky.
Yeah.
But so they dropped the ball there. They fumbled right there. And
Mhm.
so this go round in the beginning, I was thinking, yeah, Trump probably got it. But now after after all of this, he done fumbled. I mean, his fan base, rock with him, man. Them racist motherfuckers, he can't do no wrong, motherfucker. Like, I understand. Listen, I'm all for it. If you voted for Trump the first time, I don't have nothing against you. Listen, cool. That's your choice.
Right.
Even though I didn't like how he was sparked the racist shit, you know, at his campaign, some of his rallies, he talking about back in my day, we would have did this. I didn't care for the racist shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trump, wow, he talking about grab him by this and he talking about fucking bitches and all types of stuff. You know, he just a disrespectful man. But whatever. But after he get in and you see now, if you didn't see in that 1 year campaign, now you see.
Mm-hmm.
He to go and vote for him again, no, because you know the saying, I ain't gonna fuck it up. But Bush said, "You tricked me once, it's on me. Tricked me twice." You know what I'm saying. You know, but
Yeah.
that's how I feel about him. So with all of this, he dropping the ball and everything. I feel like Trump probably up out of there. But Biden ass is. They should have come with somebody stronger than Biden, and it wouldn't even be a question.
Yeah, Biden is
Even a
losing
new
his mind.
face. Like Obama was a new face. They should have came with Kamala or somebody, Cory Booker, one of them. So they could have come with and somebody new, fresh face. You know what I mean?
Well,
That don't have no dirt.
Kamala was too flawed, and Cory, yeah, he was trying to be like Obama so bad, but he's just too much embedded into Wall Street, so he wasn't the right candidate. So.
I think they might have been better than Biden because Biden got all types of sex allegations and shit coming against him, man. And all they're gonna do is fight him tooth and nail. Biden a little too loose cannon, man. He was shit. He was even getting Obama and caught up in the headlines from talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Getting caught on tape, cussing and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Obama like, damn, nigga, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was prior to him even getting elected back in 08 when he was kind of gaffing off like that.
Yeah, Biden, man. See, so Biden, he need to calm the fuck down. But let me tell you something though, bro. So why the fuck? Who is telling these people that Charlemagne the God is
What speaks for all black people?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? And who and since when? Like I saw the video about Biden fucking up. That's why he got fucked up. By the way, whoever Biden's campaign manager is, that's why you got fucked up, because you fucking with the wrong one. Because you shouldn't have been over there fucking with Charlemagne in the first place.
Oh,
but who says that? And then I just seen him today on something MSNBC or who? Okay, Charlemagne can be intellectual, all he want to be, and everything. The brother he has a very dark energy in him, and if you can't see it, man, you know. He puts black folks down. Now I know some black folks will be talking about the recent stuff. Man, listen,
I won't go that far. I'm gonna go that far, but honestly,
I don't care for him. I don't care for him. Kanye West, go on the show. Kanye is a black man, successful black man. He's dealing with something, whether it be alcohol, mental health,
lost his mom.
His mother passing away, whatever the case may be. He is a successful black man living in a white world. He's famous. I can understand he probably dealing with a lot of stuff, paparazzi, all types of shit, TMZ all in his face. They disrespect him and his family all the time. Okay,
the whole black race disrespects his wife all the time.
All the time. So he goes on and these is old interviews. You can see he go on the Breakfast Club. But if Charlemagne is for the black people and he want to push the black cause and everything, he's so pro-black. He did nothing but disrespect Kanye on there, antagonize and mock him and disrespect him all on there.
Oh no, he's just a shock jock. He was trying to do that Wendy Williams shit, man. That's how he got it up in the industry.
Look, I don't go for that. When you want to stand now where he want to stand, I don't go for that. You want to speak for us, but you willing to put your people down time and time again. Fredo Starr, another young black brother, you know, Onyx used to be wild and shit. If anything, he come on the show, I'm like, big ups, I'm glad you still alive. I'm glad you out there. You know, you free, you safe, you doing good. He want to bring up some old shit about an old relationship that he had with Brandy.
Dude, Sticky Fingers wanted to rock his ass for that.
You feel me? So not only is you disrespecting Fredo Starr, you bring up some shit 20 years old, but you disrespecting a young black sister, Brandy.
Right. Why are you questioning that man's dick on national TV asking if he smashed Brandy or whatever? So
why is you disrespecting Brandy, a young black queen? What is you doing that to? And her brother Ray J, he out here and he in the industry. Why you disrespecting him? He got to walk around and see this and hear this. He don't want to hear that about his brother or about his sister. Then you get Master P. Master P, one of the first ones to do it independent.
P had to check him.
P checked him, but
my whole
thing is you get Master P on. Okay, if you sit down with Warren Buffett, what you gonna ask Warren Buffett? You gonna talk to him about stocks and bonds and shit and money.
When it comes to us, it's just silly shit, silly gossip shit.
But Master P is the Mr. Pop Trump, Mr. Independent. Master P sell everything, no limit. No limit toilet tissue, no limit garbage bags, no limit. You know, I would ask him, hey, for all the independent folks, what kind of advice can I get for my black people if I'm pro-black? What kind of advice can I get? I'm trying to soak up all the knowledge I can get to put it out to the masses, to my people, so we could come up. But instead, he takes that opportunity to speak on another black queen, Mia X. What she done did to you, nigga?
No, he was speaking on Mercedes. He was like, man, she had a fat ass.
Fat ass. Okay, was it Mercedes? I thought it was Mia X. One of the No Limit.
It was Mercedes,
artists. One of the No Limit artists. He speak on her.
Yeah.
So he disrespecting her and her whole family, and she might have a husband or whoever.
She might got girls.
She might have girls, and this how this motherfucker want to be talking about people on TV.
Right.
Who else? I mean, you could go on and on and on.
So many.
Beans come on the show.
Yeah,
he trying to,
single.
you know, Beans done put it down. Beans done been around Jay, one of the most successful people, you know, to come from the community, come up out the gutter, and he doing good. You know, it's good to see Beans. He done been through some health scares and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, let's talk about the game. What kind of game you got? Look, let's get some of that knowledge up out of you that you soaked up from Jay. Let us soak some up from you. But instead of taking the opportunity to capitalize and push the line forward for the black folks, he choose to disrespect Beans, another black man. Now all these black people got to go deal with white folks, but when they come deal with the black man, Mr. Pro-Black, Mr. Whoever he feel like he need to speak on behalf of us. Because if they come in and ask you, yeah, we'd like to speak with you on CNN, then if you don't feel like you need to be on that type of platform or that you're capable of doing, then bow down and pass. But he taking the opportunity to speak. So, motherfucker, you should have had the same type of energy back then. And you need to have the same type of shit going forward. Now, if he want to call it mistakes and he's different now, okay. But I still, going off his past and his history.
Yeah. I mean, he's not doing most of that stuff now. I mean, that's just old shit. That's old shit.
Well, he don't speak for me. I stopped watching him, so I can't tell you what he did recently.
Yeah, I had unsubscribed from the Breakfast Club like a couple of years ago, man. I mean, it started to get silly, but I don't have too much. Right.
Because of that.
Exactly.
You know, I had to back up off him because he was bringing too much negative energy. At the same time, he want to talk. You know, anytime somebody bring up something about poor righteous teachers of Masonic, any type of knowledge, he want to, you know, try to beat around the bush or allude to that he hip, that he know what's happening, or that he pro-black. You know, he want to drop a few civil rights names, a couple of historical black figure names. You know, and allude to that he know what time it is. But then I see his actions treating black folks like that constantly. Oh, okay. And I don't go for that, because if it was another black mug doing, if it was a white mug or anybody else doing it, I would have the same opinion. You feel me? So,
I mean, he's not about clickbait, but at the same time, like what he's doing right now, I mean, I really don't see him as like a big problem. I mean, even back then when he was like doing all that silly shit, he had a debate with Tommy Lauren, and he pretty much kind of kicked her ass on her own show. Yeah. So, but I mean, in general, I'm not going to kill him for that.
Clickbait, if he's doing it for clickbait, that means he's doing it for money.
Right.
That means
right.
you willing to sell your people. That means we got a price on us. All that shit you talk about, that love for your people and everything, that means we got a price on us. My people don't got a price on me, G. I'm telling you. I'm content right now with the monies that I make right now. So anything
the shareholders want their bottom line. The shareholders want their bottom line.
Yeah, hey, I'm content. They're gonna have to get somebody else. So I'm pretty sure it's another clown out here that'll do it, but I'm not. You feel me? Because I'm content with the money that I got right now. The monies I got right now. Anything more than what I got is ice on the cake. I'm content with this. I don't need, nothing, all that other shit that they want the carrot. I don't need the carrot to hang over my head and shit for me to do my peoples like that. Because I refuse to be that guy. I refuse, G. I want to be on the right side of history, or black history.
That's easy when you make it $300,000, bro.
You understand? That's easy, you know. Hey, now we're gonna get to that M. Now we're gonna get to that M, and then we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? But G, for real, like, I'm all for, profiting and making and being successful and everything. But listen, man, I'm content. I'm fine with where I'm at. I'm not living bad. And so, look, they can't pay me enough money. So if he want to get up and speak for folks now, and he already showing us that for ratings, I will fuck y'all black people up when y'all come on my show. I mean, you can believe who he is.
It's all it's for. It's just ratings, clickbait. It's all it's for, though, man. I mean, I totally get it. I get it. I won't do it, but to each his own, man.
Yeah. So what will he do? What will he do when they really get up? If he end up making a career moving forward, and he really, get offered some money, what will he be willing to do? You understand? Because I don't understand who the fuck made him the Speaker of the House for us anyway.
I mean,
who told Biden to go sit down with him?
Honestly though, bro, they are a huge platform. I mean, like a lot of candidates go to the Breakfast Club.
Man, I don't know.
Just to cater to black folks. That's all they do.
Look, I wouldn't go through that route. I wouldn't go that route.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that route.
Remember when Hillary came and they asked her what she carried around, and she said hot sauce? Remember that?
See?
Dude, man. I mean, they just think that we're just big jokes, man.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I'm cool with the jokes, but it come. Everything ain't funny. You understand? Yeah. Like that cop had his knee on folks in them neck.
Right.
Smiling, smirking and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's all good. Yeah, man. All that shit, man. Me personally, now, Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying? I hope he have changed. If he changed, then hey, God bless him. You know what I mean?
Overall, he is a good dude, because they actually just had like an interview with Rush Limbaugh. I believe it happened either yesterday or today, and I thought it was a good interview.
he told Rush, come back, only come back if you willing to speak real facts. So Rush was, delusional. I think he called him delusional or something. I read something on him. I'm gonna keep up with shit. Nah.
Yeah,
but
I heard half the interview, and I thought it was decent. They kind of held their own against him.
Yeah, Rush a sorry piece of shit too. He, yeah, but they getting that business though now. They it's more effective than I thought it was gonna be. Cause I was just always like, nah, no violence. I really don't like the violence because I know where it's gonna be. I was in the United States Army, right? So I know what the military is capable of.
Right.
And I know that
we as a people don't have that firepower, man.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
We can't go against the police or the military.
That's what I'm saying. If shit end up getting apocalyptic, if shit end up getting and people think it's so far fetched, it's not. I mean, they burning down downtowns. I mean, you burn down the downtown of America's top 10 cities. This shit gonna be apocalyptic.
Yeah.
At the same time, you burn down the downtowns, bro. So I know what I was in the field artillery unit, and I know what kind of artillery, tanks, and all that shit we got was around aviation jets. I know what kind of firepower shit them jets and them fighter jets and shit got. So, hey, that ain't what black people want at the end of the day.
Yeah, we don't want that smoke, man.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. That's why I was, I'm really nonviolent when I'm speaking on them protests. But
you just sound animated, man. That's all. You just sound animated.
Huh?
I'm saying like you just sound animated, but you real cool and low key, man. So
yeah.
You just needed to vent tonight. That's all.
That's it, man. Because I'm like, gee, I gotta get on the show, man. I had to vent, man, because it's just I just want to get a few things out, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, we need to start telling. Number one, we need education. Okay, we need to push education, and we need to make the sacrifice in education. We need to go become lawyers, attorneys, and politicians and law enforcement. We need it feel good when you get there and see a black police chief. You know what I mean? It felt good.
We need mostly black cops patrolling our own communities. And mostly that's definitely what we need.
Because then they feel like, they might can relate to you better, not be so jumpy with the trip because they ain't never met a black person they like, or because they dislike blacks, whatever. They jumpy. They shoot. And Breonna Taylor, shout out to baby girl too, because my sister's a nurse, and a lot of my family members stuff work in the medical field. And they on the front lines, and
she was an MT, yeah. And
it's God bless for them people on the front lines. They putting themselves through this during the pandemic, and for her to come home and she's, that's paramilitary. She on the front lines, G, and she going through this, subjecting herself to danger every day, and saving lives. And then she come home to be slain like that, and for them to just arbitrarily charge her, what was it, her boyfriend that popped the hook in their leg?
They charged her with like attempted murder, but they supposedly dropped the charge.
They dropped it, but the fact that they even charged him so quick and have to drop the charge, and the fact that if you so quick to charge him, and they still have not even charged the police.
Right, exactly. I mean, like,
you understand?
Like,
you understand?
Like. Right. I mean, with these no-knock warrants, I mean, what do you expect to happen? I mean, you like barging into people's houses and 1, 2 in the morning, and like, yeah, of course people may just shoot at you, and they really don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, and they got Second Amendment rights.
Exactly.
Which I do agree. Charlamagne was on earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, because brother, he had something good to say. He was talking about the Second Amendment. Our Second Amendment rights, how we should arm ourselves,
right?
And train. Go to the ranges and practice. Don't be shooting up in the alleys and shit in 4th of July. Go to the range.
Go to a professional range, exactly.
And learn how to handle the weapon, clean the weapon, carry the weapon. You know what I'm saying? Conceal the weapon. Learn the laws. You know what I mean? How to operate when you pulled over and you have a weapon on you, all that. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to shoot the weapon. You know what I'm saying? We should be more knowledgeable. Don't be so fearful, because that's what our Second Amendment is for. And
right, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, man.
For this last point, I said that I wanted to kind of like briefly go over it, but like, what's your first like impressions of Black Lives Matter as an organization?
First impression of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Well, when I first heard Black Lives Matter, the name by itself, if the three words Black Lives Matter, um,
On face value, yes, Black Lives Matter. Yes,
yeah,
I totally agree with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. However, I would think that they're not a just shooting towards one. I would think that they're shooting towards the one cause, which is Black Lives Matter. So Black lives should matter to everybody. So I would think that they would not just be this up in arms about a Black person being killed by a police officer or by a white officer. I think that they should be just as up in arms and willing to make change for any Black life that's slain. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any child, when a child gets killed out there in Chicago, it should be protests like this. Motherfuckers should be upset, turning people in, snitching. People should be upset, snitching, and half of them teenagers out there, if not all of them teenagers out there, should be pushing to get accepted into colleges to study law and law enforcement, to go change the laws so that they can come back and help these people, man. This is the sacrifices I'm talking about. This is what we got. Hey, listen, you want to be this and that? Hey, we got to make sacrifices, man. And Black Lives Matter, man, they got an agenda, but I'm just not sure if I would like to see them. I want to see them fight back in the neighborhoods, man. That's what I want to see. That shit tears me up, man. At the end of the year, and you know, at the end of the year, how they show, you know, all the murder victims, whatever, people that died, you know, on the news or something like that. They have the, you know, what's her girl name up in Roseland? She got the bricks for each kid that got killed in the vacant lot. You know, the vacant lot. You know, the vacant lot. She got the bricks that she put their name on each one.
Yeah, yeah.
And she up in Roseland or over there in Inglewood. She, you know, it's a lot of kids that's getting killed every year. Children, young people, teenagers, adolescents, that's getting killed. It breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart, man. And it's like, man, I'm more pissed off about them getting killed than some of the police brutality. Just on the strength that some of these people that's getting killed, just you know, 30 and 40 year old.
We should be just as outraged when like Black people do it.
Nobody,
yeah.
You know, he ain't did shit to nobody. He ain't even lived his life. He's getting their shit snatched. Mm-hmm. At least I can make some reason with myself. Well, 40 or 50, even though it's young, at least they got to live that. But this motherfucker who 12, he done got smoked over nothing. And ain't nobody you know, adamant about making change. Ain't nobody this up in arms and that upset. You know, they not acting like this. They not storming and telling. How the fuck can you hold that in? Oh, cause you so-called wanna get revenge. You probably gonna go shoot some motherfuckers. Ain't nobody hitting their target. So you gonna go shoot some other motherfuckers who ain't got nothing to do
shoot
with
like this.
Yeah. So you about to go shoot up another 12-year-old. You think that ain't? And they was looking for you remember folks them, they was looking for his father, so they killed Shorty in the alley. Luda man playing basketball over there. I think they was in Gresham.
Yeah, and then the mother took the GoFundMe money and had like a fancy trip in Vegas or some shit. It was some crazy.
Yeah, had bought some cars or some shit.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying? And I apologize for all the victims, you know what I'm saying, for not knowing their name, and I didn't do my research, you know what I'm saying, but you in my heart, and I know, you know what I'm saying, I done pray for you, and I still pray for y'all, but, you know, and, yeah, man, that type of shit, so Black Lives Matter, man, I would have liked to see them stand up to the bullies in the neighborhood. I would like to see them stand up right there in their neighborhoods, because I would like to see them stand up, and I'm talking about huge ass protests like this. No looting, but straight up protests like this. And I would also like to see the police come in there and help. But how the fuck can the people trust the police? If the police, we go to call the person we supposed to call to help us, they killing us. So we can't even call them to help us from the top. People next door robbing and 10 and you know 10 motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like I definitely feel you as far as I'm having like a certain agenda because, you know, I mean, I have no issues with the LGBT community. I have no issues with them, but being that they were started by, you know, 3 lesbian women, I mean, they clearly have an agenda because when you go to their website, click on the "What We Believe" tab, and it kind of outlines as far as like what they all about. And they kind of literally went out of their way to not mention men at all. I mean, they basically want to you know, dismantle the cisgender privilege. They want to dismantle the Western you know, patriarchal family unit, the nuclear family. I mean, honestly, they're trying to undermine my ability to like be a patriarchal father to my 2 girls. I have a big issue with that, and they're using the blood of like black men out in the street just so that they could kind of get money from these sentimental white liberals, so that they could constantly make money off this shit. So I have a big issue with them, right? You know, just from that aspect, you know, that point alone.
Opportunists. They see that the money is going to be coming, so we gonna butt up next to these disenfranchised people, and we gonna share some of the pain and some of the stories and talk about how, you know, how we marginalize and how we discriminate against, and we gonna tiptoe and get some of that cash too. Yeah,
right.
You know, and yeah, they never gonna stop the ding-a-ling, folks. They can't stop the ding-a-ling, boy. Hey, listen, man, they can't stop reproduction, man. Reproduction, you know, that's gonna happen.
Right.
That's gonna happen, and I know they want to take men out, and the whole just the whole, you know, the whole movement that they got going on. You know, hey, I'm all for them. I want them to be treated fairly.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
of
what I mean?
Of course.
But at least they're not dying. So right now, that's not my priority.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? My priority, my personal priority, what I really want to push right now and get squared away and get straightened out is the deaths, is the danger. You know, there's the, you know, let's talk about that. Let's get the deaths and the danger. And then let's get that. Let's square up
pushing that agenda
folks.
also. They're saying that that they're like the trans you know, men or men turning to women, that they're dying just as the same rate as like regular black people.
No,
I mean, they
I don't
really
have
pushing that.
I don't have the stats on that, but historically, I would just be willing to bet. Just if I was a bet man, I would bet on black. I would say that the black folks is probably the ones who's catching the brunt of all of this more so than gay, what did it say, transgender men.
Right, trans man. I think that's the correct one because they constantly change, man.
I'm not sure the correct term of which one, but the black trans man probably ain't getting killed like the black man is.
No, I'm sorry, trans woman. If a man is transitioned to a woman, it's trans woman.
Is that what it is? I'm not sure the rules either, because I'm like,
so.
Is it a he or a she, or how do they want to be talked to? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, but
they constantly change out the pronouns and shit, so I really don't know. So I don't know.
But I just feel like, let's talk about that. Okay, we hear you. Okay, ride with us right now. Come on, ride with us, and then we gonna drop you back off. But right now, we going to fix this right now. These black folks over here that's getting killed and have been getting killed, and then we gonna take care of the black folks that's not getting the opportunities and that have not gotten opportunities historically, and they have always been behind and kept down, suppressed, you know, because of the color of their skin. You know what I mean? You talk about, you know, like they were talking about redlining, and you know, I saw a documentary, they were discussing redlining, and you know how the blacks the economic when they was trying to buy houses and stuff, and they couldn't buy certain neighborhoods. They tried to buy in the white neighborhoods, they was jacking up the interest rates, and then after the double crossing that the lenders would do, they would finally jack them up with these crazy interest rates. They would put the black folks in this house, they paying, you know, all this extra money for that they shouldn't be paying, and then they would go to the next door neighbor who was white and then go scare them up and say, hey, I'm just sold this house to a black neighbor and I got 10 more coming and you guys better hurry and get out. So they kind of stoked that fear for white flight.
Right.
and then the white folks ran off, and you know what I mean, and they just screwed the black folks over, you know what I mean, and they upside down, you know, they created the bubble out of fear. They created that, you know, that housing market bubble out of fear that only affected blacks, you know, and then it also created more divide, and you know what I mean, it created more divide. Because now the white folks is like, oh, I don't like blacks. The black folks looking at the whites like, oh, you don't want me around. I don't want you to be around me, you know. And it's systemic, every aspect. So we got to get that straight. After we can get this killing and shit straight and get treated fairly by the law, by the police. Now we got laws shit to do. Now we got to get up to Capitol Hill and make these, you know, change these laws. And
yeah, I mean, not only the police. I mean, you still gotta look at like the police unions, the prosecutors, and you know the mayors, the city councilmen. I mean,
let me tell
everybody needs to be accountable for all this shit. Let
me say one more thing, big dog. Listen. So I done touched on education. I touched on start snitching. Tell on a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Tell on a motherfucker. Just see how it feels. Next time you see a motherfucker doing bad, tell on his ass. It's gonna feel good, and just keep telling. Listen, motherfuckers, they get the point. Everybody, it's unity in this. But I wanted to touch on something, man. That you know, I went to therapy. I know growing up, I was always thinking therapy and stuff was like, you know what I'm saying? You know, basket case and nuts and you know what I mean?
It was very taboo back in the day, but
yeah,
like, people starting to come
in
around.
our community, you know what I mean? Because we strong, we black, we ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to cry, we ain't supposed to. You did, you know, and a boy. So I'm a black and I'm a man. So you know what I'm saying. So you ain't supposed to cry. So I went to therapy, bro, and it released a lot of stuff I didn't even know was in me. A lot of pain and a lot of stuff that I didn't even know that I had, and I just felt lighter instantly, like literal weight off of my chest and my head. You did what I'm saying? Like felt like really felt like it was weight lifted.
Oh, okay.
That's how deep it was. Like, and I just wanted to say, man, for the black folks that I'm out there, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, education and telling on folks, man. Don't stop letting these people hold y'all captive, hold us captive, but also get some therapy. Because if anybody needs therapy, if there's one race that needs therapy, that's hurt the most, that's been mistreated the most, that's been dogged out,
definitely us.
That's been dogged out and abused the most, physically, emotionally, mentally. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's scarred, have pain the most out of any race, it's us. If anybody should be in therapy, seeking therapy, getting the help that they need, it's us. You know, we gotta crush that. So that stop snitching, that taboo shit, we gotta cancel that. And that therapy being weak, we gotta cancel that. We need those two. We need them. And I'm not. And listen, all races. I know race say, "Oh, I go talk to my pastor." Listen. There's pros and cons when you talking to when you bringing in religion. You talking to a pastor. You're gonna always have that sense of he's my pastor. I don't want to get judged. I don't want. So you might hold back, or he might say things a different way from a religious perspective. I'm talking about a health. Don't go to none of I'm talking about a straight up healthcare professional,
right?
Therapist. You understand? Get that. We as people need that, because we dealing with a lot, man. It is so deep rooted because it's how many hundreds of years, you know, of this ingrained in us, systemically taught to us by our parents, by our family members, by our neighbors, by our teachers, you know, because it was beat and taught to them. You understand?
Man. Yeah, man. I mean, we all like know someone close to us who always been like going through it down and out like that. I mean, no matter how much money we have, as far as in the black community, we're always like arm's reach of like someone who's in that, you know, poverty, working class mentality. So, yeah, man. So yeah, I definitely get it. I mean, plenty of people in my family kind of going through the same things, and yeah, I would definitely, you know, if I was to have a one-on-one conversation with them, I would definitely start asking, like, hey, have you talked to anybody? Have you seek therapy? And that should be like the number one goal for us to kind of like, you know, exercising our brain and releasing like a lot of tension. And because it definitely causes more stress upon us on a daily, you know, day in and day out.
Yes.
I get it.
And,
Yeah.
and you don't even have to. You don't have to have been through a traumatic incident or what you feel like is traumatic. You might be like, oh yeah, I went through this, but I ain't tripping on it. You don't know that you ain't. You don't know that you holding on to it. You don't
Right.
know.
Right.
When you get in there, when you get up in there and get to talking about it, then you're gonna be like, damn, I ain't even realized, because there was a lot of stuff. I'm like, it don't bother me. Bro, I'd bet the bank that it don't bother me. But I get in there and get to talking, and I'm like, man, this shit was holding me back. This shit fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Straight up, man. But it's like, I just was feeling free, man, and I felt, new.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good feeling, and you know me, man. If it's good, if I find something good and positive, man, I just want to spread the love to my folks, man. You dig what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man.
Now,
Yeah. Hey. Oh, go ahead.
let me ask you something, bro.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Being a military, being an ex-military service member, tell me how you feel about kneeling for the flag. Like when I'm talking about you. Just when you first heard, say let's say Cap, because I, you know what I'm saying. Let's say Cap. When you first heard Cap kneeling and there was all this little commotion. If you can take yourself back to that time, what was going through your mind?
I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I mean, it was a nonviolent protest. I mean, it was pretty much like tone deaf racists that really had like a problem with it. I mean, I have an issue with it. I mean, he was doing it for like a couple weeks prior to anybody noticing it, and then once he got all the spotlight, then everybody had a problem with it. Some he was disrespecting the flag. He was disrespecting the flag. He was protesting police brutality, and then you got Drew Brees coming out today talking about hey, if players was to kneel in next season, how would you feel about it? Well, I feel as though when I hear the national anthem, only thinking about the flag. Do not disrespect the flag. I'm like, come on, man. See, that's exactly what everybody was talking about. That's what Cap was protesting, police brutality. He's not protesting the flag. I mean, people just got to get out of their own way. So I'd have any issues with it.
Yeah, I felt the same way, man. Me personally, I can't say that. I don't know why he chose that venue. I guess because that's a good venue. It did the job, right? Because I never associated the American flag with police. So I was like, okay, I'm okay. But whatever stage he needed to get the attention, that's where the cameras was at, and that's what he got.
Right. They a big platform, man. I mean,
he's not gonna kneel on.
I'm on a fence with that.
Third and long. Right? He's not gonna kneel on third and long.
Right. He got to make a play, but But I'm on the fence as far as like where he did it. But as far as him doing the actual action of kneeling, nonviolent protest, I mean, I'm all for it. So
during the national anthem. The national anthem.
Right. Yeah. I mean, would you kneel in the middle of a weather briefing at work?
That would probably be the place to do it if I was going to do it. That would be the beginning of the day, you know. So yeah, that, you know what I'm saying. That would probably, if I was going to do it, yeah, that'd probably be where I would do it.
It's a time and place for it, but again, it's a nonviolent protest. So in a grand scheme of things, I have no issue with it.
Yeah, that's how I felt. The only thing I was like, I never made that connection between the police and the flag, but I didn't care because either way it go, I felt like I went to Iraq. I went to, I've been in the war all over through the Middle East, and I felt like that's what I did it for. I did it for him to be able to do it.
Right.
I did it so that he could kneel. He could lay down and make motherfucking what's them snow stars? What's them angels? Snow angels. He can make snow angels if he wanted to. You did? That's what I did it for.
Right.
For him.
Right.
Yeah. That's the freedom. That's the freedom. And the fact that everybody has something to say negative about it, you did what I'm saying? I didn't like that. All the backlash. I didn't like that they was able to blackball them. And I honestly felt like if the black people had all the unity that these protesters had, and they would have canceled that motherfucking football, you see how anxious they is to get a football season? You see how much money it's costing them? You see how much money it's costing them? You see how much money it's costing them not having the league, the NBA, and all these leagues open?
Well,
If
so
black
far,
folks,
it has affected football because they haven't started yet. But
right.
the NBA, they feeling it hard.
Right, but the NFL see it's on the horizon, and they trying to get that shit rolling, so they don't feel it.
Right. Actually, I wonder if someone's going to get him a job finally.
Listen, if the black players would have just said, "We gonna unite," just like how these protesters is, I wonder how it would have been. You know, because the power is always in the people. The people forget about that, but you know, when you get these individuals. That's the thing. That's why the military don't breed them individuals. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? You want to be an individual, huh? Going on, get the fuck on up out of here. Then it's a team. If everybody in the league would have said, "No, we not doing it," them owners don't have no choice.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What they gonna do?
That's a good point.
Lose money? They gonna lose money, or they gonna appease the employee? Y'all motherfuckers gonna do what's right.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't nobody stand with Cap, and I felt bad about that, man. Cause I'm like,
damn. The only one was Eric Reed.
Yeah, but shit, man. Come on, man. Them motherfuckers. Everybody should have been like, we with Cap, we riding with Cap. Regardless, if you like them or not, the cause, bro. It's if you wanted to stop, now here we are. What, 3 years later? How long Cap been out? 3-4 years?
Since 2016, yeah, going on 4 years.
So here we go, and now we back to the same thing. Now.
Yeah, I just wonder who's going to hire him, but you know, I guess we'll see.
4 years out the league, G, they not finna.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a backup, but you know,
shit, he could start for Chicago. Shit,
we got Nick Foles, a Super Bowl MVP. We good,
man. We should have got Cam, man. And that's a whole nother story, man. Look, man, man, I don't understand what it is about the black quarterback and why they feel like he can't, whatever. But the Bears did everything in their power to not select one, 2, now 3 years. I mean, they done did it longer than that, but I'm just saying. I mean, when you pass on Mahomes,
and Watson.
And Watson was proven. Right, Mahomes had more starts and shit, and he down there. Even if he had Texas A&M, shit, that's football country, and he got more than 1 year under his belt, and the Major League Baseball is drafting him, and his father's NFL professional baseball pedigree. Right. So even at just the face value,
right,
he was
Trubisky
better. Trubisky got 9 starts.
9 starts. Yeah. And North Carolina.
In Carolina?
Right.
Now, that's basketball country as far as I know.
Exactly.
Football, 10 starts, football. And you trade up to go get this sucker. So then you could have even passed on that. If you didn't like the first two black, Deshaun Watson, who went to Clemson, won a championship against arguably one of the greatest football teams ever, Alabama, and then lose to him. So he went twice.
Yeah, he lost the first time and then won the second time. Yeah.
So if that ain't good enough for you in the SEC, or I'm sorry, he's in the ACC, but he's playing the SEC team in the championship. If that ain't good enough for you,
he was playing a pro team.
Right, he was playing a pro team, and he was playing in the ACC. I can't remember, but I think was he playing against Florida State back then when Jimbo Fisher and them was down there? And they had a whip. Florida State had a whip over there in the ACC. But anyway, you pass on them two, right? Then the following year, that's when Lamar came. So everybody knew Lamar was at Louisville. What the fuck he was doing? He was breaking all types of records. Then you don't want to trade. You don't want to trade and position yourself for the Lamar. Then you get Trubisky and go do all this shit. Now Cam Newton come up. You don't want to go get Cam?
Yeah, Cam got miles on him, man. He got a lot of miles on him, and
he better than Trubisky.
Yeah, former MVP. Yeah.
How much did Cam sign? What did Cam? Did he end up going over there to New Orleans?
I don't think he signed yet. I
think New Orleans was looking at him for like a 1-year deal or something like that, 2-year deal. How much did the Bears give Mike Glennon? Didn't they give him like 20, 30 million for a 2-year deal or something crazy? Remember that a couple of years ago, Mike Glennon from the Bucks? They gave him like a 2-year deal. But you won't give Cam Newton no bread, G? You signed Nick Foles.
At least Foles is proven. At least Foles is proven. So
I mean,
at least he's proven.
We gotta ride with Nick now because we hoping that he's can get it done. But damn, how they gonna just go through or position yourself to get Deshaun? I'm sorry, Dak. Come on, man. All these people is better than what we got. Dak Prescott down there beefing with Cowboys. Y'all don't wanna go do nothing with that. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. It's hard for black quarterbacks to get paid like that.
Huh?
It's hard for black quarterbacks to get paid like that, man.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because they use a pro. They use a plus, a valuable asset. They use us being athletic and us being fast against us as a knock towards the quarterback. Because he's fast, that's bad as being a quarterback because he can run or he's athletic. But then when it comes to a white person, Trubisky, they said that they picked him because of his athletic ability. Because he damn sure can't throw the ball. Mm-hmm. So they picked him because of his athletic ability for a white person.
All right.
But when it comes to a black one, if you too athletic, you just going to be a running quarterback. We want a pocket. What?
Hey, run, nigga, run.
Run, nigga, run. And you see what Lamar did, and Lamar showed love to the vets, too. Lamar shows love. Lamar's very humble dude, man. Lamar Jackson, listen, man, God bless that brother right there, man. He going to be, listen, man, he got a lot of
Lamar is doing what RG3 should have did. Just be humble because, RG3 got full of himself, back in, I want to say like 5 years ago. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry about that. Someone's calling me. Oh, yeah. So, 5 years ago, I believe. Yeah, I mean, RG3 was full of himself. And, he was kind of dictating terms towards Mike Shanahan and everything. So, but he did everything wrong back then. But, right now, Lamar, he's doing everything right. He's a humble kid. I think he grew up with, both parents. So, he got a good head on his shoulders, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That Lamar Jackson, I got to meet him, man.
Oh, you did?
Got to meet him at the Pro Bowl. Great dude, man.
Oh, okay.
Show love. Do you hear me? When I say show love. That motherfucker right there, Lamar Jackson, he go. Hey, and the crazy thing, I was pulling for Lamar the whole year, right? And then Mahomes came up, and I'm like, damn. Well, because Lamar, that's my guy, man. I rock with Mahomes. Listen, I rock with Mahomes, but Lamar though, that's my guy, man.
So who was you going for the Super Bowl?
Shit, who was in it? I was going for Mahomes. Who did they whoop?
49ers.
Oh yeah, I was going for Mahomes.
Oh, you were? So yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Black boy, and the Bears passed on him, man. I'm rocking with him. Shit. Yeah. And the Bears passed on him, and he nice.
You a Dolphins fan yet?
No, hell no. Hell no. Hey, I say if I ain't rocking with
they got Tua. They got Tua. Come on, man.
No, man, I'm rocking with Lamar, man. Right now it's Lamar. I'm rocking with players right now, man. Until the Bears get their shit together, man. I'm rocking with Lamar Jackson and the boy, the homie, Mahomes over there.
Oh, okay.
I'm rocking with them. Rocking with them. And obviously, I'm gonna rock with Dak or Deshaun. I met Deshaun Watson too, man, at the Pro Bowl.
Oh man, you mean all these guys, man.
You gotta come, man. Listen,
you got the plug.
I'm gonna plug you next year. Next year, come on down. I got you with the Super Bowl too, man.
Okay.
Straight up, I got the plug.
Oh, you got the plug? Okay.
Yep. So Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. So just go find them dates, man, and go put in your paperwork for the league, man. We down here.
Oh, so that's what next Super Bowl? No, next Super Bowl's in Tampa, then Miami, right?
No, last Super Bowl was in Miami. This one gonna be in Tampa.
Okay.
And the Pro Bowl had been in Orlando, so it's gonna be in Orlando again. So that's what I'm saying. The week before, so just come down for like a little bit over a week. Probably come down for like 8-9 days, something like that.
Oh, okay. Hey, speaking of Orlando, man, look like NBA is coming back in July 31st, I believe. So. Yeah. I mean, even though they're like the NBA is going to come back, I don't think I'm going to be really engaged in it because to me, like a champion is not really going to feel like a champion this year. So, but that's just
what
me,
I said. That's what I said too, man.
Not gonna feel right.
It ain't and whoever.
No matter who wins, I'm going to feel that.
Whoever
way.
win the championship, this shit don't count. Not to no real NBA heads, that shit don't count. LeBron, that's not LeBron's fourth chip or whoever wins. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's
LeBron ain't gonna win.
I don't know, or that's not Kawhi's third chip. But that's who you gonna say win?
If Kawhi win, he earned that chip.
No. Hey, boy, no, G. No, man. That shit, man. That's just for the fans. I don't even understand why the NBA doing it. They risking injury for no reason. It's not gonna count. It don't count. You're gonna try to get a little bit of this money. They're not gonna get money like they got from Jordan got from that documentary, The Last Dance. If that's what they're trying to do, just salvage some money. Let the players go and be with their family. It's stressful and have a summer. Shit is over with. It's June, folks.
Hey, you know what? They trying to get that bad, man, because they trying to get to that 70 game threshold so that they get their TV money deal. So they have to have 70 games, logged in, and then all that money is guaranteed that they got from the TV money.
Man, let them folks. I dig it. I dig it from the business side, whatever, do. But I'm just like, from the player's perspective, man. I don't care if they need to compete or not. If I'm like, yo, man, go. Don't risk injury. Let's see if somebody get injured. Let's see how much. Let's see how. Remember D Rose? You remember D Rose? Shouldn't even been out there, huh?
Yeah.
Remember hindsight? Yeah, 2020. But remember D Rose shouldn't even been out there.
This because D Rose was running up to the ground, man.
Yeah, and he shouldn't even have been out there.
Right. Doing that.
And you want to run motherfuckers into the dirt? You know D Rose is quick. What you need to keep running him for? You know he got the he in basketball shape. He got the lungs and the legs for it. So what you need to? He ain't got to prove shit. Go sit down, D Rose. Joakim Noah, all my starters. You feel me? But he want to run motherfuckers. You see where it got him? A whole bunch of injured up jokers, and we never got over Miami. Did.
Yeah, there you have it. And Tibbs, he may end up getting the Knicks job as well. So, stay tuned for that.
But I do like Tibbs, though. But I just, that part, I just felt like, man, you
He's just a better assistant coach.
Yeah, he a better assistant coach. Yeah. And LeBron, man, at this age, and all the players, man, don't risk no injury over this bullshit, man. Look what's going on in the world, man.
They're trying to get the bag, man.
Look at 2020.
They're trying to get the bag. That's all it is. It's trying to get the bag, man. That's it.
2020 so fucked up, G. This year is so bogus. This year.
Man, 2020. Damn. They gonna do a documentary on 2020, 20 years from now. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this shit. And it's funny. It's crazy how life is, because 2020, like, perfect vision, right? Like, this is crystal clear. This is what's going on in life, man. This is 2020, man. This is what's going on. This is year of clarity. This is the year of, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is short.
Everybody getting woke. Exactly.
Anything can happen. Love your people. With the Kobe and the David Stern shit kicking off the year, and all the people that was just abruptly taken from us. You know what I'm saying? This is the year of responsibility, and the year of, you know what I'm saying? Look at all the pandemic and shit. The year of be conscious of how you vote and who you put in office. They might have your life in their hands one day.
Yeah, local is actually just as important as the national election. So yeah, stay involved, stay engaged, stay informed. So
yeah,
and then and make the most educated guess. Who has your interests at heart. So, but I mean, I can rant about the Democratic Party, for like another conversation, But as a black man, the Democratic Party honestly really don't have my interests at heart. So they don't talk to me. They constantly covet the black woman vote. They really don't care what black men do. They want that black woman vote. So
yeah, because you see, they want the black women vote. They can keep doing the bullshit they doing, and the black men, we gonna send them up the river. You see what they did? They fucked over the black men, destroyed the black family, and then taking advantage of the black women. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of their vote, taking advantage of them, promising them this and telling them this and that, and trying to put a little black girl here in the position of a black woman here. And then all these years, Democrats been in, all these years, ain't nothing changed. Ever since I've been on the earth, black folks been getting the short end of the stick, man, getting killed unjustly, living in ghettos, crime-ridden areas. Drugs always seem to find their way right down into the black neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Bypassing all the whites. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting with my mother, man, one day. I'm sitting with my mother up there, and we watching, you know, the news, whatever, WGN or something. And, you know, my whole life, you know, family members, uncles, friends, cousins, you know, different dealings with drugs. You know, some drug addicts, some that went to jail for prison for selling drugs and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm very familiar with how the court system and stuff like that works with drugs. And I'm very familiar with the destruction that it do to the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm watching TV, and now, you know, it's well known, a heroin highway, you know? You know,
What's
heroin
that?
highway, 290, the Eisenhower, 290 that shoot out west.
That's Heroin Highway?
To the west burbs, to the west side. They go from the west burbs to the west side, right? They call it that because of the suburban kids was going into the west side and copping heroin. They was getting they hooked on the heroin now, the dog food. You know what I'm saying? They hooked on that shit now. Instead of the you know, they was hooked on the oxycontins and all that, oxycodone, opiates and all that. And then they go from the opiates, they become too expensive, or they need a better high. They switch over to something that's cheap and stronger than heroin, and they slide right from 290 from the West Burbs. You know what I'm saying? You get all like Schaumburg and all that shit over there, and I guess Naperville and all that, and then they sliding right over to the west side, and they getting their drugs from the west side.
No,
they call it heroin highway, right? So I'm watching that, and so I'm aware of this, right? It was bubbling and stuff in the news. You hearing about it out there in Chicago. So then I'm watching the news with my mother one day, and they get to talking about. I see these people on TV, and they talking about on the news, bro. They talking about how these white kids are victims, and how these white kids are, you know, they're patients and they need help.
Right. That wasn't afforded to us back in the 80s. Exactly.
And how, and listen, and how, and I forgot if it was the city, the county, or the state. One of the officials, the governing officials for one of them, maybe multiple of those entities, they talking about how they're getting money and they're putting these people into facilities where they can get health care facilities, medical facilities where they can receive the medical attention and help that they need, because they are victims. They're like patients. Mm-hmm. And bro, I just couldn't even help it, man. I broke down crying, and I'm just sitting here like, why don't we mean shit to them? Because when it's blacks, they throwing you in jail. I don't give a fuck. They're like, if you get caught with drugs, they throwing you in jail. If you hooked on drugs, they throwing you in jail. I know plenty of crackheads or drug addicts who got lots of drug charges. Mm-hmm. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's a dope boy and he's trying to flip it that he used just to get out of it. I'm talking about real drug addicts who you could tell, visually see them, and they still throwing them away.
Right. Yeah, man.
And so we get caught with drugs. We criminals, they fuck up your life. They tear up your family. They take you away from your kids. They put you in these situations that screw up your mind. You come out different. Then when they get caught, we're going to spend all this money, taxpayers' money. We're going to put you up in medical facilities and all this stuff. And it was right here in my face, bro. It was right on the news, WGN, right in Chicago. And this was like 3-4 years ago, bro. It was just before I moved, bro. It was not long ago.
Yeah, man.
It was not long ago, bro.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, with the powers that be, they got the same skin tone as those people that really need that help, that need that drug treatment. And we don't have the same skin tone. So it was just standard operating procedures for them to flood the drugs into our community and prosecute us for those drugs, and not even dish out like the same punishment for between crack and cocaine. So, I mean, Obama changed that during his tenure, but I mean, you know, even during his tenure, he could have did a hell of a lot more to kind of like uplift black people and put us in a better situation. So, but yeah, man, this world is so complicated, man. So we just got to play the game the best we can, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, man. So we just got to stay positive. For the positive ones that's out there doing positive things, remain positive, stay positive, do more positive things, and spread the love and spread the knowledge, man. I'm not out here trying to fight with people and force my opinion on people. I'm just telling you, man, from what I see, man. And I'm not giving out no bad advice. Seeking therapy, making a sacrifice to go to college and become a lawyer and learn the law and change the laws for the future, you know, helping out the future, education, and becoming, you know, in powerful positions.
Yeah.
Any position that's powerful. If you out there, don't just sit back and be a worker. Work your way up to be a boss, a CEO, a manager, where you can hire these people that come in that look like us and give them opportunities where they normally probably wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Position ourselves. We got to position ourselves. You know, we can't just sit back and say, oh, yeah, well, shit, he better get it how he live. You better get on like I did. You better position yourself to where you can get on. And when his application come across your desk, you can say hire. And then, each one teach one and show love to each other. You know what I'm saying? Give each other a pass. If a motherfucker fuck up, if you make a mistake that ain't deadly, give him a pass.
All right.
We got to be so violent. We ain't got to be, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to pay. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that, man. Yeah, I feel you. Hey, man, you out here preaching, man. You need to get into politics, man.
Man.
You get into politics, so. Yeah, man. Hey, shit, I'm about to close this out. Shit, I'm starting to get tired. I had ginger beer and peach Crown Royal, so.
Oh, okay.
It got me tipsy a little bit.
Okay. Good, Jack. I'm gonna have to try some of that.
Yeah, hey, man, the girls hit me up all day. I have not had any nap. So yeah, actually after we close out, I'm gonna format the little video and put it up. So as soon as it's up, man, I'll text you, let you know.
Send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
My man.
All right, y'all. This is my guy Chuck, man. He came from Chicago and moved down to Miami. So yeah, but definitely got to hook up sometime in the near future, man. And
Yes,
and once the NBA start, I'll definitely have you on again, man, so we can talk some basketball. So.
Hey, yeah, man, we got some stuff to talk about, G.
I hear you on that, man. Hey, go Clippers, man. Go Clippers.
I can't be mad at Kawhi though. I like Kawhi too.
Okay. All right. So who was your official pick?
LeBron.
All right, man. We'll talk on the other side of the finals.
My man, hey, money talk too, man. Drop that bet before the finals though. Before it's over with, drop that bet.
All right, prior to the final starting, yeah, we'll definitely make a wager.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that. All right, man. Take it easy,
brother.
man.